Hello and welcome back to another video of me and my tiny microphone. In this video, I'm going to go over the 5 biggest lessons that I have learned throughout my hoop journey. So this is not going to be just things that help you progress in your hoop journey. It's going to be things that you can apply to your life outside of hooping. So I've been hooping for over 10 years now, and I have been through quite a lot. If you are not new to my channel, to my journey, you know that I'm really transparent about things that have been going on in my life, all the seasons that I am entering, going through, and leaving. And I've been through so much. And the only constant that has been in my life throughout that entire time has been hooping. And the biggest reason why I've been able to get through a lot of these things that have happened in my life is because of hula hooping. It has indirectly and directly affected my life in so many different ways that I feel like it's important for those of you who are just starting your journey and you are wondering, what am I going to get out of this? Well, first of all, you're going to get some cool hula hooping skills out of this, but you're also going to get ways to deal with your day-to-day life and know how to approach them and get to the other side in a much easier way. So before I get into it, if you're new to my channel, I would love if you would subscribe, like this video, share it with a friend. It just helps get more hoopers over to my channel so that they can learn more tricks and then we can grow the community even more. All right, so let's get into it. So the number one thing that I've learned throughout hula hooping is trust the process. And I know that is such a cliche thing for people to say when it comes to learning something new, but it's true. There's a reason why people say it all the time. It's such a common piece of advice that people give when they are learning a new craft. Good things come with time. If you are a hula hooper who just got everything down on the first try, you're a liar. Everything takes time. When I first started hooping, I was so excited to start my journey. I bought a hula hoop when I went to a music festival. I started playing with it nonstop for a couple weeks, if that. After I saw that I was not really good and I was actually really bad and I sucked a lot, I stopped. And I didn't pick it back up until maybe 6 months later because there was still this yearning of wanting to learn how to hula hoop. And so I picked it back up and I stuck with it. I stuck through all the bad sessions, all the hooper bloopers, all the bad. And I stuck through it because I still wanted to learn this craft and I wanted it to be part of my life. So I hooped a lot, like hours and hours every day in the beginning of my journey. I saw myself get better and better and better. And that's all just because I didn't give up. If I gave up after the first few weeks of me trying, then I would not be here right now. I would not have all the amazing opportunities that I got. I would not have all the friends and the community audience that I've had because I stuck through hula hooping. And that comes with literally anything that you are doing in your life. If you are a dancer, if you're learning yoga, if you are learning how to knit, crochet, anything, it's gonna look ugly. It's gonna look bad and it's not gonna feel really great. But if you stick through it and you just trust that things are going to progress, you're going to get there. Trusting the process is number one thing that I have learned from this journey, and I guarantee it's going to be the number one thing that you're going to learn too. The second thing that I've learned throughout this journey is that there is no right path that you need to follow in order to become a better hooper. When people are starting their journey, they always think that, oh, I need to start doing waist hooping and get a really big hoop, and I need to learn these things first before I can move on to more tricks, tech, or advanced moves, whatever you want to call it. When I first started, that was not what I wanted to learn. I did want to learn all the foundational moves. I could already hoop around my waist, but I wanted to shoulder hoop. I wanted to leg hoop, still working on that. But I really wanted to do all of these off body tricks. I thought that I was not allowed to start doing those moves until I got my on body hooping down. And that is just not true at all. You can start wherever you want to start. You can learn the moves in whatever order that you want to learn them. There is no correct or right way to hula hoop. That's something that I'm still learning to this day, 10 years later. If you know a little bit about me with my personal life, I am not on the traditional conveyor belt of a life path. Not only do I have like a really unique skill that I'm exploring, but in my personal life, it's just like it hasn't been the cookie cutter way that you think about life as it's supposed to progress. I've been in my highs, I've been in my lows, I've progressed, I've regressed, and it is fine. And you are simply going to get to where you need to be when you are supposed to get there. There's no right way to your journey, and there's no right way that you are supposed to progress in your life. And that's okay. Number three, nobody fucking cares. First off, what you're doing is cool. What you're doing is so unique and it is so niche that 9 times out of 10, nobody even knows what it is that you're doing or that this is even a thing. So, how can they care about what you're doing when they don't even know that it's a thing? You know what I mean? And if you are slow on your journey, if you're not able to get your brakes and paddles nice and clean, if you are dropping your hoop multiple times during a session, literally no one cares. The only person who cares is you. And not to say that that's something to disregard or not take into account, because your opinion is the most important about yourself. No one should play a role in how you feel about your journey. And the people who are in your life and they do care and they're constantly making you not feel good about this thing that makes you feel happy, those people shouldn't be in your life. You need to get rid of them. They need to exit immediately, like right now, because you don't need that energy in your life. At the end of the day, nobody cares about you. Everyone cares about themselves. Nobody cares about what you're doing. And this comes to posting things online, performing in public, or just minding your own business and hooping in the park. Literally, no one cares. So you need to get that thought out of your mind, especially if it's inhibiting you from doing the thing that you love to do. Just remember that no one fucking cares. Number 4 is that your body is so sacred. Your body is your vessel that walks you through this life. Your body is able to do all these amazing things when it comes to hula hooping. Without your body, you would not be able to do the things that you do. So we need to respect it and understand that, like you on the inside, your body is also going to be going through changes and different seasons and different walks of life. And that's okay, because without your body, there is no you. And no matter what, no matter how it looks, no matter how it feels, it is still carrying you throughout this life. And we need to respect that and to treat it as a sacred vessel. I have gone through so many different seasons of my life when it comes to my body. I've dealt with eating disorders. I've dealt with not giving a shit and just being super heavy. I've been really aggressive when it comes to working out. And I've also let my body rest. I've absolutely gone through the ebbs and flow of being confident in my body. I record my sessions all the time. I have seen my highs, I've seen my lows. It's not always correlated in the way that you think. My lows in my life, I was super skinny, I was really fit. In moments when I was really happy, I was a little bit bigger, a little bit rounder, a little bit on the heavier side. Like, I've seen it all, but your body changes and it changes with you. And we have to make sure that we're making the right decisions, the right choices. Just remember that when you're about to disrespect your body or talk down on it or be upset, just remember that without your body, you are not able to do the things that you love to do. Number 5, consistency is key. And this is another cliche tip, advice that applies to literally everything in your life. You need to keep going. You have to keep going. If you don't keep up with the things that you are trying to learn, if you don't keep up with the goals that you're trying to maintain, if you don't keep up with the habits that you have in order to have that better life, you're going to regress and fall back, and it's going to get lost, and you're going to have to start over. The tiny steps that you make may not seem like you're getting very far. Look back on it 3 months from now and see how far you've come. Look back on it 1 month from now and see how far you've come. Promise you, if you are consistent with your practice, consistent with your craft, you are going to get there so much faster than doing these heavy sprints and not doing anything for 2 weeks. You have to keep going little by little. And this is something that I've learned as of recently. I want things to happen right now, in this moment, but it just doesn't work like that. And it's not sustainable. And you're not going to be able to get to your goals if you have that mentality. Do it every single day. It's going to build up over time and it's going to become second nature. It's going to become a habit and you're going to get there so much quicker. So this applies to your craft, to your fitness goals, to your learning goals, to your career goals. Do a little bit every day. Just keep going. And the bonus lesson that you're going to learn throughout your hoop journey is setting boundaries. So when I first started, I literally had to ask for someone to watch my son like when he was born and say, hey, I need 15-20 minutes if I could just take the time and hula hoop. And it was just because I knew that that was something that made me happy after going through a really traumatic birth. And that's like a totally different story. But going through postpartum depression and not knowing where to turn, but knowing that this one thing made me happy, I knew that I had to take the time to nurture that part of myself because it was going to make walking in my everyday life a lot easier if I did that. So setting boundaries with your time, with people, with whatever it is, you need to take the time and you need to let people know this is my hoop time, this is my yoga time, this is my workout time, and dedicate that time to focus on the thing that you love. This makes you happier as a whole, and it's gonna seep out into your other relationships. And if you take the time and set the boundary to take care of you, you're gonna be able to take care of others so much better. All right, guys, so those are 5 lessons plus 1 bonus lesson that you're gonna learn throughout your hoop journey that you're gonna be able to apply throughout your life. If you are wanting to learn or thinking about learning, I promise you, you're gonna learn so much more out of this craft than just hula hooping. It's going to make you a much better person in every other aspect of your life. All right, everyone, I hope that this video inspired you to pick up your hoop and continue your journey or start your journey. If you have more life lessons that you have learned throughout your hoop journey, make sure that you let me know down in the comments. Like this video, subscribe, share it with a friend, and I will see you in the next one. Happy hooping.